Hello? Hello? Is it lonely in here? Yes, I'm talking to you. Who else would I be talking to? Not just the voices in my head. Or maybe I would.
We are 45 seconds from ignition.
Or are we?
30 seconds. Stand by.
Yep. Radio.
15 seconds. Stand by. Lights, sound, and cameras.
Radio.
5 seconds to live queue open and talent in 2.
Adjust your mojo
You are about to participate in a great adventure.
now.
Oh boy.
At age, 60, he's just gonna break bad?
Radio with an attitude.
This system that we love is broken.
I know that.
Do not comply.
Hey, mother.
Welcome to another 2 hours of common sense
That liberty and justice for all is a myth.
and erratic behavior.
You want to, but you can't. And when you do, you wish you didn't.
This is your Daily Mojo.
Well, isn't it though? And happy, what is it, Tuesday? I was about to say happy Monday, but that wouldn't make any sense because it's not Monday. That's just me so far today. We'll see. We'll see what happens. This is the Daily Mojo for Tuesday, the 10th. Did I get all that right? Let's see if I think I did. Tuesday, the 10th day of February, the year of our Lord 2026. And my, oh my, it's lonely down here. Sorry about yesterday. The Finortner got stuck in the open position, and we could not get the transmogrifier to fire off. It didn't matter what we did. We tried pouring transmission fluid into it, and it just nothing worked. And so, quite frankly, we spent hours and hours in the minutes leading up to the opening of the program yesterday, and it just did not work out. So thank you for bearing with us on that. And today we'll see what happens. So far, he's claiming equipment failure. Wink, wink. If you know what I'm saying. I think it is one too many down at the Splooting Squirrel last night. They got their days a little mixed up down there. Oh, thank you, Deuce 5. I did not check the blinker. Damn it, that's what it was. It was the blinker fluid. That's right next to the board stretcher in the back of the truck. But we did have a little party at the Splooting Squirrel to celebrate the who won the Super Bowl? Does anybody? It was the guys wearing the guys in the helmets that they won the Super Bowl, and so it was fabulous. I mean, if you missed that game, you missed a lot. But wait until you hear how much money they did not make. I was stunned. Stunned, I tell you, at this one. Not quite as stunned, though, at this. That's some ASMR for you. This, which is rough. This, by the way, if you're just listening to the podcast, what I'm holding in my hand, in my rather large mitt, is, you can see there, my mitt can almost cover up the entire package of Girl Scout cookies. What the hell is going on with Girl Scout cookies? Seriously, this is the entire bag. And my hand can cover the whole thing up. Is that not crazy? And then I thought, well, what's in? And don't look at me. I didn't buy them. Didn't say I wasn't going to eat any. I just said I didn't buy them. So when you open them up, though, the real surprise is when you look, and granted, there has been one taken out from each side. You know what? I can do this. Hang on a second. I can show you. Yeah, look at that right there. The overhead, the professional broadcasting overhead shot. So this is, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus. We'll just do that. Just ignore this side here. Can you see? Let's see if I go that way. You can. There were 6 cookies on each side. That's it. I mean, add one more cookie to that, and that's all you got. And it was $6 for this package of Girl Scout cookies. Good grief. You're just supporting the little girls who are Girl Scouts of America. Just, you know what? It's not about it is about the cookies. I don't care what you say. It is about the friggin' cookies. You get 12 cookies for that price. Well, it's just the way our suppliers say. Okay. You didn't have to buy them. No, I didn't. Let me remind you, I didn't buy them, which is not to say I won't eat them. I just was stunned when I saw that particular. I saw the package, and then, and the lemon ones aren't bad, by the way. The best Girl Scout cookies, which of course are. Hold on a second. Let me do something fancy here. Let's see if I can change up the. Nope, not that way. I'm telling the cameraman to adjust his shot, and he did. The Thin Mints, pretty much the same. Back to the professional broadcasting overhead shot. So you used to be that, you get the sleeves, and again, they fit in my hand. I mean, that's just, seriously. Something must be done to stop the scourge of the shrinkage of the Girl Scout cookies, or just stop buying them. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Because the Thin Mints are the schniz. No, was it Sir Rat Bastard says the Thin Mints are even smaller. Well, they're about on scale. How many Thin Mints do you get per package or per sleeve? Because it used to be you could open the sleeve, and and if you don't put them in the freezer, you're doing it wrong. So let's see, in each sleeve, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15 cookies in a sleeve. So you get 30 cookies for $6. And that is, you do the math, because math is hard, and right? And of course that means it's for each cookie. It's not cheap. Life isn't cheap, but when it starts affecting the Girl Scout cookies, I'm sorry, there is an issue. If you are listening to the podcast, don't forget we also have a video portion, which is indispensable if you ask me. You get to see pictures of Girl Scout cookies. Let's see if I push this. You can also watch us at thedailymojo.com, and usually it's all working fine and dandy when one of us hasn't had too many down at the Splooting Squirrel, but that's okay. Again, celebrating the Super Bowl victory of the winning over the and that incredible halftime show. But we're also over at Rumble.com, and we're on X as well. And if you want to join the program, join the discussion, it is What I Learned Today. That's the hashtag that you should use to make your particular post stand out amongst the sea of other posts. I did look it up because I wanted to find out if I was just being a dick about the whole Girl Scout cookie thing. Girl Scouts of America of the United States has long maintained an inclusive policy toward transgender girls. This approach dates back to at least around 2011. National guidance indicated that inclusion of transgender girls is handled at the local council level on a case-by-case basis, prioritizing the welfare and best interests of all members. So, do they invite boys into the Girl Scouts? I guess it's handled on a case-by-case basis at the local level. So you decide if you want to spend your money supporting groups like that. It's up to you. If you saw the program on Saturday morning, the program would be Saturday Morning Live with myself and Jeff Fisher from that other. There's some show he does. I think it's on right now, which is but does on Saturday mornings the Saturday Morning Live program with yours truly. And one of the things that we discussed was the quote unquote racist tweet. If you did not see the racist tweet that was sent out, I guess it didn't originate with the White House, but the president retweeted it and then deleted it afterward. And it was don't forget, you can also support PBS. Isn't it amazing? Everybody wants money. By the way, at the dailymojo.com, you can click on the donate button to make sure this program continues to thrive and prosper in this particular time slot, which is 8 to 10 Eastern time, right here on your radio dial, no matter where you are. We've already told you how you can watch, and then if you want to continue watching, slip us a couple here and there, and we're happy as cows in mud. But PBS put this up over on their website. Trump's racist post about Obama is deleted after backlash, despite the White House earlier defending it. If you didn't see the post, the original post, it was about the election. And now that I've mentioned, I'm looking for where I put that. Sorry, I've been a bit distracted over the course of the past hour or so. But the original post was about the 2020 election and about the fact that it was stolen. And oh boy, is that gonna? Sorry, we're back on. We're back on the Uye Ubte, and if you mention things like that, I don't know. We're not quite sure if. Remember, YouTube is a date, not marry, and so we're still kind of walking on eggshells as to what we can and cannot say over there. And so if I just said something that got us, if we assumed room temperature over on YouTube, I apologize. But the original post that Trump put out talked about the 2020 election being stolen, and it was some of the more incredible, or should I say credible evidence that about the voting machines. Hang on a second. I'm trying to talk and do this at the same time, and obviously I do have trouble chewing gum. But it was about, hang on, just hold on a minute. Just hold on just a second. Where did it go? I don't see it. Anyway, it was the original, the content on the original post was the voting machines and how they could be actually programmed to, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, yes, cheat. But then at the end of it, someone had edited in maybe a second of the Obamas. It was actually their faces pasted onto the bodies of monkeys or gorillas, something like that. And it was just, it was one of like a jump scare. Like you see the videos that sometimes people will send, watch this video. It's the most beautiful scenery and you'll feel so relaxed when you watch it. And then you're watching it. And then right in the middle of it or at the end, when you're all chilled and relaxed and just like limp, all of it, the face pops up in the foreground and it scares the crap out of you. And you start yelling at people for sending you that kind of garbage. That's what it was, basically. It was very serious. It was all about the voting machines and how they could be hacked. And at the very end, boop, up pops this 1 or 2 second clip of the Obama's faces on the bodies of monkeys. And I think the audio was "The Lion Sleeps Tonight." Anyway, what we discerned happened was that someone had sent or had originally tweeted out this, the content about the election stolen. I know I'm pushing the envelope on Uye Ubte, and had, cleverly edited and then just said to whomever was handling the president's social media accounts at the time, you know what, this is really good. You should retweet it, which I'm sure that he did or the person did without watching it all the way to the end, because it was literally within the last 3 seconds of the video. And I've done that before. I've watched, which is not a good idea. Don't recommend it. But you watch most of something and you're like, yeah, I agree with this. And I'm going to retweet this because I agree with what it's saying. And then you don't watch the last 2 seconds. And that's where, they throw in whatever you end up being embarrassed about. But I think that's what happened. Somebody else did it, knew what they were doing, suggested it to the president, was all giddy with excitement when he retweeted it. Now, whoever did that likely is no longer within the circle or is no longer handling the president's social media or will no longer be listened to by the president or any of his staff. But that's, I think, what happened. And then, of course, former President Barack Hussein Obama, he got out there and he retweeted it and then pulled it back. He was like, so wouldn't have surprised me to find out that the actual originating or the OP, the original poster, was actually Barack Hussein Obama, because that would be perfect and it would be something that he would do. And again, where did that even start? PBS does this whole bit on, because if you're wondering, well, where do they even come from? That, black people and monkeys, condemnation across the political spectrum. While it was still up, Trump's post drew condemnation from across the political and ideological spectrum. You think? Of course. A long history of racism. There's a long history in the United States of powerful white figures associating black people with animals, including apes, in demonstrably false and racist ways. Long history in that? Okay. The practice dates back to the 18th century. Cultural racism and pseudoscientific theories in which white people drew connections between Africans and monkeys to justify the enslavement of black people in Europe and North America, and later to dehumanize freed black people as an uncivilized threat to white people. Okay. Thomas Jefferson, author of the Declaration of Independence. That evil racist document, the Declaration of Independence. Wrote in his famous text, Notes on the State of Virginia, that black women were the preferred sexual partners of orangutans. Did he? I don't know. I have not fact-checked that. Dwight D. Eisenhower, discussing the desegregation of public schools in the 1950s, once argued that white parents were concerned about their daughters being in classrooms with big black bucks. Obama, as a candidate and president, was featured as a monkey or other primate on T-shirts and other merchandise. I'm not going to say that Obama was out there probably selling the T-shirts, but he may have been. Trump, for his part, has a record of intensely personal criticism of the Obamas and of using incendiary, sometimes racist rhetoric. It's like I always said about Barack Obama. I don't hate you. I don't even hate him. It just sounds better than when you say, I don't dislike you because it's not because you're black. It's because you are a tyrannical dick. I mean, that's reason enough right there to dislike the guy. In his 24 campaign, Trump said that immigrants were poisoning the blood of our country, language similar. I love this one. This is classic. And why wouldn't we want to continue funding PBS? I mean, I don't think that they are biased. They're the public broadcasting system. Why with bias? In his 2024 campaign, Trump said immigrants were poisoning the blood of our country, language similar to what Adolf Hitler said to dehumanize Jews in Nazi Germany. Because Hitler. By the way, if you didn't know, Hitler was also a dick. But the whole thing is just ridiculous. They're just pissed off that Trump is in the White House, and they're trying to find any way they possibly can to demonize him in any way, shape, or form. Papa Ryan over in the Rumble chat room. Hate takes too much energy. I simply don't care. That's it. You're right. Hate does take too much energy. It's exhausting. It's exhausting keeping up with this stuff, quite frankly. But I do it, so you don't have to. For the most part, I do it. Missy13 says, yes, sir, and it's designed to be unbelievable. But it's happening. Wait, what was yesterday yesterday wasn't a holiday, was it? I kept thinking that yesterday, because of the Van Ortner valve and the transmogrifier not firing on all 8 cylinders, I kept thinking that maybe yesterday was a holiday, but it's not, right? Let me check my handy dandy. No, according to Apple calendar, there was no holiday yesterday. However, next Monday it is President's Day, followed by a week from today the Lunar New Year, and 1, 2, 3, and 4 weeks. We're only 4 weeks away from daylight saving time. Isn't that exciting? Can we not just please pick? Why did they screw up the opportunity to get rid of that? Or, whichever one it is that we're supposed to want to stay on. I can never remember. It's the other one, right? It's not what we're on standard time. And then daylight saving time, that's the one we want to be on. The keeper of the calendars here at the motel is I defer to whatever she said, because it's too much for my little brain to keep up with. Over in the Daily MoJo First Amendment room, Beto is over there. Or is it Beto? Fortunate Citizen Paula. Jolly, a lot of citizens over there today. Cougs, this particular subject is a freaking distraction. What's Congress doing? Mainly just trying to spend your money in ways that you don't agree with. And still trying to bend you over financially. There's also I just now saw this particular headline over at Fox News. Winter Games commentator removed after Mariah Carey mistake and other blunders. Did I miss something good by not watching anything to do with the Olympics? Other, of course, than the fabulous speed skating. What's her name? I can't remember her name. Jutta Leerdam, a Dutch speed skater who took a pretty hard tumble. I put it over there on the X just in case, and of course, Wade reminded me it's always good to follow her over on the IG, on the Insta. But I don't know if I did. I miss something good by not watching any of the Olympics. And literally on Friday, not remembering that it was happening start Friday or Saturday. And then the Super Bowl, which, I kid you, I did not remember. Today's Tuesday, although it feels like Monday. On Sunday, it was. I thought, wait, the Super Bowl's today? That's how completely out of touch I was with the professional sports this season. And a lot of the other seasons, quite frankly, because it's just they've fallen out of any of my brain power. It's just too much. I have too many other things to think about to worry about them. But we will, when Phil Bell is here in the next 15, 20 minutes, he has another fabulous observation with regard to the Super Bowl and also the money involved in it. Let me just tell you. But first, don't forget our fine, fabulous, and moisturizing partner over at smellmymojo.com. The air continues to be dry. Your skin continues to crack and dry out. And that's not good. Quite frankly, it can hurt and can lead to other problems. So the best thing you can do, of course, is moisturize. And we encourage proper moisturization techniques here on the Daily Mojo. The first stop of which, of course, is at smellmymojo.com. That is Sugar Creek Goods, and you can find your favorite flavor, although don't eat it. And I know I'm looking at the insect repellent. But that's also good because we are coming up on spring and summer. And once we get here, or once it gets here, you are going to want to make sure that you have the insect repellent. The stuff works. Bottom line. But the hand and body lotion, fabulous. All natural, doesn't have a lot of the harsh chemical additives that you'll find in a lot of the commercial lotions and moisturizers. I cannot say lotion without thinking of the basket. I'm a victim of pop culture. But go to smellmymojo.com, use the promo code DailyMojo and get 15% off your purchase price at smellmymojo.com. That is smellmymojo.com.
Boots on the floor, coffee in hand, spin that dial, we start the band.
Boots, check. Keys, check. Attitude, check. We'll take it from here.
Sun comes up, headlines burn, mic goes live, we take our turn. Bradley J. Staggs laughing at the seams, talking big talk about big wild Daily MoJo. Bang that drum, chasing down that American dream. One job, wrong. You had one job wrong. Daily MoJo, beat that chest. Well, I was broke, we still believe. One job, wrong. We're chasing that American dream.
The Daily Mojo.
Daily MoJo. Daily MoJo.
It is the Daily Mojo for Tuesday. It is the 10th day of February. The Super Bowl was a couple of days ago. I'm telling you, you don't realize how screwed up it gets your brain when you don't go to work on Monday, and then you do go to work on Tuesday, and then it just feels like the weekend was yesterday. And then you had the Super Bowl, and who won? I don't know either. I didn't even realize who was playing in the damn thing. I think maybe the problem yesterday was I got a hold of some Bad Bunny. Feel like eating some bad rabbit. Had a hair in my food. Oh, come on, that was good. So the commercials, I saw a couple of them. I was busy doing other things. I'm trying to remember which was the good one. Was there a good one this year? Because I do not remember. The Duncan was kind of clever, right? I mean, I think it was. Let's see if I remember correctly.
How you doing? Smoothly. Don't you have a girlfriend? We're on a break!
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the most memorable
Thought it was just
of 2026.
We take the
Wait a second. Why aren't we counting on the best ones of 2025?
pain out of taxes, remember?
Let's go again. Just smile and be happy.
The Adrian Brody, the TurboTax, that wasn't bad. I mean, it was all right. It wasn't great. There wasn't really, I don't think there wasn't one that really stood out completely. To me, anyway.
Happy. I don't do happy.
Okay, I guess that was
10.
kind of funny because it was Adrian Brody.
Alexa Plus, Amazon.
Didn't see this one.
What is that?
Our new Alexa Plus.
That she's not living here. That is full-on AI. I'm in a robot.
That's Chris Hemsworth's wife, right? Remember, he financed a movie that she did. And what was that movie? And it was so not good. It was really, really not good. What was that? It was a couple of years ago. And it was like, oh. And you know what? He can do and good for him. That he paid for a movie with his wife. It was it Interceptor? Her name is Elsa Pataki. Pataki. What was it? Was it Interceptor? Maybe it was. And it was just, I think it was Interceptor. Anyway. Sorry, I just sidetracked.
Buddies, then the next minute she's trying to kill us.
Now, Chris, how exactly would I do that?
Chris Hemsworth doesn't frighten easily. According to this Super Bowl commercial, he He snatches snakes during his spare time. Yet when his wife, model and actress Elsa Pataki, installs
I was right. It is Pataki.
Alexa Plus,
no relation to the governor,
the Thor actor is naturally skeptical. To be fair, Hemsworth fought Ultron, so he has a good...
Sorry, this is not the video I thought it was. So
Maybe I'm taking out the trash.
The door's jammed. Take a closer look while I pull up a tutorial. A little to the left.
He's also seen...
I didn't see this one first run, so all right, maybe it's not horrible. It's kind of funny that Alexa, order salt. Yes. It is kind of funny that, look, at least I didn't say Alexa, order condoms. Yes. You're welcome. I mean, it's kind of funny that she's trying to kill him, right? I mean, if there is funny, there's nothing like AI trying to, Grok, I'm not talking about you. There's nothing unfunny about AI wanting to kill us, is there?
His fair share of sci-fi horror films, listing the various ways Alexa could try to murder him.
Wait a minute, did it kill him?
Garage door
did she kill him?
Pool cover drowning, or bear delivery. Honestly, these all sound like better ideas than some of the product placement heavy movies that Amazon has been churning out as of late.
Wait, did they just slam Amazon for... Because Watch Mojo, by the way, no relation, they've been a little. I don't know where their loyalties lie or lay.
You're gonna die when you see what I got you.
That's cute. Alexa bought him a bear. That was a real bear. Okay.
Of course.
All right.
Chris warms
Okay, that was kind of fun.
AI assistant. But we'd rather watch an evil Alexa movie than 2025's War of the Worlds.
You seem...
Wait, they redid War of the Worlds? Seriously, No, they didn't, did they?
Intense, Chris. How about I book you a massage?
Did I miss... Hold on, seriously. Did I miss War of the Worlds, a 2025 remake of War of the Worlds? I couldn't. War of the Worlds 2025. Did I miss that? Or is it just not good? Did I watch it and it just sucked so bad I don't remember it? Seriously, one of you, did I talk about it? Did I ever say I watched it? Because I don't remember seeing it. Sojourner in Idaho, welcome. I don't think I've ever seen your name in there before. Welcome. Welcome to the pack. I missed it too. Okay, so I don't... That's so weird, because I liked War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise. I thought it was a pretty decent movie, but how did according to The Guardian here, let's see. The Guardian, how did a new War of the Worlds get a 0% critical rating? A cursed COVID-made version of H.G. Wells' classic starring Ice Cube. Wait, what? All right, seriously, did I fall down a weird rabbit hole that I don't... I do not remember anything about this. A cursed COVID-made version of the H.G. Wells classic starring Ice Cube has emerged after a 5-year delay. Perhaps it should have stayed buried. Just over 20 years ago, Steven Spielberg released War of the Worlds, remake of H.G. Wells' classic. For then modern day capturing era, blah, blah, blah. That movie's reputation has only grown over the years because it's a good movie, I think. I've watched actually several. That's one of those movies that I like to put on in the background if I'm doing other stuff. It's a comfort movie, which I know is really strange, but it kind of is, except for the ending, because the ending of that particular version of War of the Worlds, it was all right. But I had no idea that this one was even out. But the Wells text has been revisited repeatedly. Prime Video, new War of the Worlds arrived with little fanfare on the service at the end of July. In it, Ice Cube plays Will Radford, a Department of Homeland Security official who monitors an array of feeds for terrorist threats despite a belated heads-up from his NASA... Why didn't they capitalize NASA? Because when you don't capitalize, it looks like NASA. His NASA pal, Dr. Sandra Salas, He, somewhat bafflingly, fails to pay much mind to a series of mysterious long-gathering storms until it's too late. How have I not ever heard of this? Lep says, Brad, it was as good as Interceptor. Okay, I guess you're being facetious because if that's the one I'm thinking of with his wife, Ilsa Pataki. I think he did that one. I felt dumber for having watched 5 minutes of it, Deuce 5 says. Yeah, Brad, it had Ice Cube, Ice-T, whatever's. I know I get those two confused as well. They should not have ever been allowed to have names that similar, Ice Cube and Ice-T, because you put one in the other. Right? See what I'm saying? There's a bell in there somewhere. All right, back to the... Now I have to go... Now I have to go watch it. Not right now, but...
And a cinnamon scrub.
Oh, you can do that? I do love a cinnamon scrub.
Number 9, unavailable, Squarespace.
Okay. Okay, let me see if I can guess what this one's for, because I don't know what it is. Is it for GoDaddy? I guess, because it's a website name.
When we heard Emma Stone...
No, I don't like doing it this way. I don't think I want to continue doing this. Well, we'll finish this one. I don't want somebody else condensing it for me. But let me just see if I'm right.
And Yorgos Lanthimos were making a Super Bowl commercial, we feared they'd gone, commercial. From the opening shot of this black and white Squarespace ad, though, it is clear that we're in store for another trip. The Oscar-winning actress attempts to register a website in her name, only to repeatedly find the domain taken. With every failed attempt, she destroys another laptop. It's not like she's strapped for cash, living in a mansion on an isolated island. That's just one of the many surreal choices, from the constant close-ups to the delivery girl on roller skates. With the essence of an art house horror film, it's pure Lanthimos.
What film?
And yes, EmmaStone.com is now live, and it is every bit as weird as the ad.
So was it for GoDaddy? I mean, that's the only thing that really kind of makes any sense. Don't forget to use, is this today's? Oh, it is. Let me doggone. Oh, I did that. I actually planned something ahead. That's kind of wild. All right, so it's time right now for Phil Bell and his morning update, and then I'll see if I can find the individual commercials.
This is Phil Bell on the Daily MoJo morning update. I want to talk about the Super Bowl, not the action that took place on the field, but congratulations to Sam Darnold, former Jets quarterback, on notching out a great win. I want to talk about the festivities beforehand, specifically the singing of the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing. Now, I hope that none of the comments I make take away from Coco Jones, who did an amazing job at the microphone. She is the daughter of an NFL player, and by the way, she is incredibly beautiful. Great job by her. But there should be no such thing as the Black National Anthem. I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but we had this whole thing called the Civil Rights Movement, which was designed to recognize what had always been true, which is that everyone who is here legally, everyone who is here as a citizen, we are one people, not multiple. We are the American people, and the American people have one national anthem, and that is the Star-Spangled Banner. There is absolutely no reason why in the 2020s we are now living in a time of self-segregation where blacks, after they've spent years and years and years talking about equality and inclusion and blah, 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 have now decided, well, wait a second, we are going to self-segregate over here and have our own national anthem. Unacceptable. Unacceptable, and this has to end. And the NFL should not be in the business of aiding and abetting this stupidity. If you are living in 2026, it is time for you to wake up. It is time for you to embrace and love this amazing country. And that includes rallying behind one national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, which, by the way, Charlie Puth did a great job of singing. And what I hope one day is that we will stop having all of these insane, ridiculous conversations about oppression and slavery and segregation. Get over it and embrace all of the greatness that we have in this land. So what I want you to do is leave a comment under the show. Let us know what you think, and I also hope you'll download the Daily MoJo smartphone app and enable notifications. That way you'll be up to date on the latest craziness and good stuff coming out of Washington, D.C., and you'll know how to share it with others. Stay sharp, stay strong, and stay free right here on the Daily MoJo.
Before you go, remember to hit that like button if you agree with Phil. If you don't, let us know why in the comments below and share it with the world. Phil Bell's Morning Update is exclusively on thedailymojo.com.
You're listening to the Lunatic Fringe of American radio, the Daily MoJo.
Hey! Who was it? Oh, Michaela's mom. Thank you for, you just said Squarespace. Sorry. I'm sure she did, and I just didn't hear it. Look, I'm busy juggling cats. What can I tell you? What I did find, though, was the cut I was looking for. Stop giving me a hard time. No, don't do that, because if you did that, what fun would it be? Here are the, I think these are the individual. Let's see if I'm.
Once I danced upon your chest, covered your pecs.
Okay, that's funny. All right. I mean, just right there. That's funny.
Did my best.
How was your scruff, your loyal friend, sworn to protect your dimpled chin?
I don't know why it's so funny to see a pile of hair singing whatever, but it is.
But you stabbed me in the back
when you sliced me from the patch above your crack.
But with Manscaped I've met my demise, since you've chopped me from between your eyes
And that bridge between your thighs and the awkward part of your tries.
Now that you've left us for dead,
How can I live without your hand?
no matter how big or how
This is
small,
real, right?
we won't forget your face, your chest, or even your ball.
Okay. All right, that one. All right, that one was genuinely funny. It was, and I do remember Manscaped. All right, so whatever Manscaped is, if it's a website or the razor, or the website for the razor, that's funny. That's what a commercial should be. It should make you remember whatever it is. It's funny because it's so dramatic, Crafting Freak says. Is that what maybe? The style of the song, but the fact that, did Phil look like he was in a Godzilla movie? Freebie 38 says. That was funny, though.
Mission control, all systems are go.
Flight deck, engaging new Wi-Fi in 3, 2, 1.
We're live and lag-free.
It's the fastest, most reliable high-speed Wi-Fi in the sky.
So it's Wi-Fi that actually works?
Affirmative.
Copy. That's one giant leap for in-flight Wi-Fi.
I mean, would you fly United just because they've got, I guess there's some people who would just because they have Wi-Fi, and Starlink Wi-Fi on the flights, but no. I mean,
Did we mention it's free?
Your dog is bored. trapped inside because of your weed killer. But now, there's Spruce, the pet-friendly weed and grass killer. Spruce works differently by dehydrating to the roots for dead weeds in just one day. So go ahead, let the dogs out with Spruce.
Hey, are those my keys, Peter? Well, at least wear your seatbelt, buddy.
Who names their dog Peter?
Spruce, pet-friendly, weed-deadly.
I think that was all right.
There he is.
My dude.
How you doing?
Man, I'm loving this new
Palisade. Yeah.
What was that?
Every time I drive, I feel like I'm in a movie now.
John, that is
an actual guy. Yeah.
Isn't that incredible?
Oh, wow. That's an entrance.
Wait,
is she okay?
Oh, yeah. They always are.
John, these motorcyclists look
Brzezinski. I thought was...
You just stopped.
Yeah, and they didn't.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, there he goes.
Send in the bird.
Is he pointing at us?
No. Well, now it is.
That was kind of funny.
Woo. Well, I think we lost him.
Unless...
And the villain.
Of course you are.
I should have seen that. What a day.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid.
That was good. We'll get back to them, but that was decent. Hyundai, right? Yeah. And what was the one I like? Manscaped. And that's what they're supposed to do, is supposed to remind you, or you're supposed to easily recall what it's for, and you should do it like with a smile. Now, the play, I could not believe this when I first read and I thought it was a typo, but the Super Bowl tax that the players, and again, the players make really good money. They get out there, they entertain. At least I'm assuming that they did. I watched, I don't know, maybe a quarter of the game. I didn't see anything spectacular. I mean, there wasn't. But Sam Darnold is the, I know he's the quarterback for one of them. But I don't know what, is it Seahawks? Seahawks won, right? And they get paid really good money, like I said, for the Super Bowl. Each Seattle Seahawks player will take home $178,000 for that game. That's in addition to their regularly scheduled programming and salary. So $178,000. But because the Super Bowl was played in California and the players earned that money playing in the game, the state of California is going to get its do we dare say fair share in taxes? Because I don't know. You decide if it's fair. California is not only looking at the bonus that they got for playing the game in California, the $178,000 bonus, let's call it a bonus, but California now goes back in time essentially all the way to the start of the NFL season in September, and they're going to take their quote-unquote fair share of the player's entire salary over the entire season. It's called a jock tax. It has been around since, when did they create this? The jock tax, when did it start? It's been around for a while. I want to say 2011, but it's been around for a while. I had that written down. I don't know where. Anyway, so not just the money that they won, not just the money that they earned for playing in the Super Bowl, but their entire paycheck. And here's the way California figures it out. They have what are called duty days. And this applies to you and me and anybody else if you are a freelancer, gig worker, whatever, and you work in California 4 days or 3 days out of the year, This is how it figures out how much you owe. The jock tax, in which they tax non-resident professional athletes, so maybe not you and me in this particular case, but they tax non-resident professional athletes based on the number of duty days that they spend in the state, whether that's traveling, practicing, attending meetings, or playing in the game. Both teams arrived in California last Sunday, well, a week ago this past Sunday, so each player will log at least 8 duty days in the state. That's just for the Super Bowl. Then they divide those California duty days over the entire season. And you end up with a percentage. If a player spends, say, 7% of his duty days in California over a season, then the state claims the right to tax 7% of his entire annual salary at California's top marginal rate of 13.3%. That's pretty wild. They earned $178,000 for the game, right? In the case, though, of Seattle quarterback Sam Darnold, this is amazing. This is the stories here at Zero Hedge. I think that's where it originated. Sam Darnold plays... he earned $178,000 for that game. Darnold will owe roughly $249,000 in state taxes this year. In other words, he will lose over $70,000. I know, boo-hoo, these guys, they make a lot of money. But this is not, this is crazy. He's going to lose over $70,000. The author here says, I doubt anyone will shed any tears over this, including Darnold, but it's perfectly consistent with California's general attitude. Dig into absolutely everything they can get their hands on and take as much as humanly possible. How did California end up so effed up? Sam Darnold didn't have a choice about the venue. A growing number of people and businesses who are free to choose whether or not to remain in California are getting the hell out, according to them. This particular, it was at Collinsworth who was talking about, let me see if I can find the particular tweet. Aha. It's right there in front of my face. And soon it will be in front of your face. As soon as it populates. Right here. Stand by. Stand by for news. This is... And all we have to do is wait for it to stop its level.
For winning the Super Bowl, the winning team, each player gets $178,000. In other words, the Super Bowl isn't a part of their salary. And because the game was played in California, and California has a jock tax, and they look at duty days, so each team spends 7 days in the state of California. So those are 7 duty days, and they pierce your regular salary at
3.5%, by the way, in case you're wondering.
0.5%. So he has to pay, when you take in account he got the $178,000 plus his overall salary, he has to pay the state of California for spending 7 days there $249,000.
That's just so stupid.
Yeah, but it ends up costing him $71,000 to go play in California. Now, if I'm the NFLPA, now you got to remember, it's probably even more than that because since he's in Seattle, he's playing against San Francisco 49ers. So that's another day he's there. And he's playing against the LA Rams. That's another day he's there. So he's probably had like 9 or 10 duty days, or maybe even more than that in the state of California. So if I'm the NFLPA, I'm like, hey, we're not playing any more Super Bowls in California.
That's insane. That's crazy. And again, Boomer was being kind, I guess. And no, we're not going to shed any tears over it because these guys do make a lot of money to play football. But still, that is crazy. And they do that because California loves to spend money that they don't have, just like the federal government loves to spend the money that they don't have, which is why we're $37 trillion in debt. I have not checked that as of late. Let's see, the national debt. Just to stay on top of the number. Oh, sorry. Did I say 37 trillion? I meant 38 trillion. $599,469,857,000 and change. But who's counting? It's insanity. And for these guys, I mean, seriously, he's going to lose money, or he's going to end up paying money to just to play. And Sison's right. The Players Association should be like, no, we're not going to do that anymore. That's crazy. Plus, I don't know about you, and I didn't watch maybe a quarter of the game. But when games like that are played in outdoor stadiums, which I don't think you'll see much more of the outdoor stadium, that's why Nashville's building the indoor stadium to the tune of $1 bazillion, which is a lot. But it just didn't. Levi Stadium is meh. It just didn't look to me to be all that impressive. It just doesn't look as for whatever reason, and I don't know why. It's just a mindset thing. It just doesn't look all that impressive when it's in a stadium like that. And this was the first time that that Levi's has run an ad in the Super Bowl? Let me double check that. I don't know if that's true. I just thought that was kind of weird that they, after the Levi's returned to the Super Bowl after 20 years. And if you saw that particular ad, it was meh. It was a bunch of people's butts. I didn't think it was all that grand. Plus, then you could tell which, as soon as I saw Springsteen's, let's see if I can find that real quickly. As soon as you saw Springsteen's butt, I mean, you knew whose it was because it was the Born in the USA, which, again, we did a better job, and I say we, our digital friends did a much better job with a song about Springsteen and Epstein than Springsteen did with his brand new song, which is horrible. I mean, again, kudos to anybody who can work the word Minneapolis into a song, although it was shoehorned in there and it wasn't very well shoehorned in there. Seriously, is it going to be like the last time we're here scrubbing at the same time I'm talking? But it doesn't look like. Did they not include it? I guess not. That's kind of weird. But it was just, I wasn't that impressed with Levi's ads, but of course, not that impressed with Levi's anymore, and Levi's aren't what they used to be. Freebie 38, I like women's butts almost as much as boobs. Okay. Funny you should mention that because I happen to see this interesting statistic and factoid that, again, it doesn't surprise me, but I saw the title of this video said, "Are you afraid of boobs?" Naturally, I thought of you, Freebie.
If I collapsed in front of you right now, would you know where to put your hands? Because for some women, that hesitation can be deadly. According to the British Heart Foundation, about 8,200 women could still be alive today if they had received CPR, but many don't, and part of the reason is the training. Basic life support, CPR and defibrillation are some of the most important things in survival after cardiac arrest. Early CPR can double or even triple survival. Here's the problem. Most CPR training is done on mannequins with flat male torsos. Female bodies are rarely represented. A recent study training nursing students compared CPR performance on male and female torso mannequins. When mannequins had boobs, students hesitated longer before starting compressions. Hand placement accuracy dropped from 97.5 to 57.5%. Correct use of a defibrillator dropped from 98.8 to 31%.
Surprised?
Students also reported embarrassment, fear of touching breasts, fear of judgment, and fear of being accused of inappropriate contact. Over 79% said that they feared touching a woman's chest. Over 80% said the lack of female mannequins contributes to inequality in emergency care. But when students trained repeatedly using female torsos, confidence improved, technical performance improved, and anxiety dropped.
Is anybody surprised that people are afraid to jump in there and perform CPR on a woman, given the Me Too movement and all of that? I mean, people are afraid to jump in at any point to try to save somebody's life because of the law, because they're afraid of lawsuits. Because they're afraid they'll get sued, that, oh, you didn't need to do it that way. Or that if you, because if you don't do CPR right, you can, I've heard that if you're doing CPR right, you will crack ribs. So take that for, what it's worth. I'm not a certified CPR instructor, so I'm not going to jump into that fray, but is it any wonder that people are afraid to do that when we have a litigious society? There's actually some good news in the litigation realm that we'll get to here. And thank you, Michael V., for sending that. But does she say anything else here?
Almost 99% said they felt more confident performing CPR on women afterwards. This isn't just about education, it's about survival. Women make up nearly half of the global population, but our bodies are still missing from life-saving training. And if training doesn't reflect real bodies, real people are at risk. Please sign the petition to push for minimum standards for CPR training.
There you go. Again, we as human beings are capable of some pretty amazing things, and at the same time, I've said it before, I'll say it again, ad infinitum, we are also capable of some absolutely stupid things. And as of late, the past few years, for whatever reason, stupid has risen to the top, which is not a good thing. You do, however, need to know about Stella's Mojo. Speaking of health, there she is. Boop, right on cue. StellasMojo.com is where you'll find all the vitamins that you need. You'll find your Rona spray. I call it the Rona spray. It's actually the immunospray. You spritz it in your mouth. I mean, where else would you spritz it? And it gives your immune system that little boost if you're going to be out amongst the great unwashed. It's always a good idea to have that extra level of protection, that extra level of boostedness on your immune system, because you never know what kind of smeg is running around out there. It's generally the nasty kind that you do not want. You have to take my word on that. Just go look at some statistics. But go to StellasMojo.com, use the promo code DailyMojo, and save 5% on your purchase. It's a good idea to have it around, and also on a daily basis, you need to get your vitamins. If you're not getting all your vitamins, you're not doing yourself any favors. And you can quote me on that, because it's true. You got to take your vitamins every day. I mean, unless you're eating a perfectly balanced diet. I mean, sure, you can get all the vitamins and minerals you need from your diet, but are you? No, because you're stopping off at Taco Bell and eating that crap, which some of it's pretty good, so it's understandable. But you can get your vitamins, and you can drink them down, not be swallowing a bunch of horse pills, and you'll feel better about yourself and about the world in general, except for the stupid people. Go to StellasMojo.com and remember the promo code DailyMojo for 5% off at StellasMojo.com. And as we always say,
you've got to take your vitamins every day, and Stella's Mojo is the way.
That is StellasMojo.com.
Stupidity is not a competition.
The whole island will become so
unless you're a politician.
Overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
The Daily Mojo. The Daily Mojo.
Well, hi there, and welcome back into the Daily Mojo. If you are in one of the chat rooms, thank you. Thank you for being there. Thank you for taking the time. And thank you for downloading the Daily Mojo app. at thedailymojo.com. You put it on your phone, and then if you enable notifications, you will get notifications. We don't send them out. We don't bombard you with the useless crap. Like this yesterday morning, we sent one out letting you know that there wasn't going to be a show before the show would have normally started. So we sent that out so that you would know what's going on. I'm looking over here to see if... See, Dan Andros may or may not be joining us. We'll find out. Because we're doing this whole show today from this room and not the adjoining rooms, things are a little bit different. But so far, I think they're working out just swimmingly. Don't you? Curtis says Heimlich is Ron's favorite. Oh, the Heimlich maneuver. Yes, absolutely. Missy 13, take the methylated vitamins. Okay. And I cook every night. Chicken last night. If you actually saw a restaurant kitchen and what goes on, you would never eat out. Right? There's some nasty schniz that goes on in some of those restaurants. I totally agree. Completely. Oh, and again, if you are a supporter of the program and awaiting your subscriber box, they are actually on the way. Just ran the rest of the little the Hanukkah bags down to Ron in his room, and so I think they're all ready. We're a little late, but you know what they say, better late than never. If you're not familiar with these subscriber bags, if you are a subscriber at the upper levels of the plan, you get a little quarterly gift bag, just as a little thank you from us here at the Daily Mojo for supporting the program. Because we're polite, and you should be polite. All right, let's just dump in here, shall we? At the Ritz Cracker. Am I hearing a hum, or is it just me? It's like a dial tone. I don't know what that is. It could just be the voices in my head that go along with the noises in my head.
Another day, another Ritz party. Why didn't they invite us?
Well, we're salty. We hate parties, mingling, yapping.
They do have all the Ritz crackers, though. That salty, buttery flavor. Let's go for 5 minutes.
I'll only go if my feet don't have to touch the sand at all.
Hey, Salties, what's the holdup? It's party time.
The holdup is, wait.
Not me. Let's go, Scarlett.
Loved by everyone, even the saltiest.
Ritz party! Loud, so loud. Put it down a notch.
Okay. Funny? I mean, for whatever, I just like John Hamm, so whenever I see him, I naturally smile. But, I mean, I guess that was good, right? Ritz crackers with the little ridges on the side, on the corner, which reminds me of something. While I'm thinking about it, let me tell you about this, because it is, I saw an internet joke, and I was like, wait, I don't know what that means. And it was, and maybe you do. Maybe this is, maybe went over my head because I am a simple person and I just don't know. But this was the joke. Randy Fine is the reason Oreos have ridges. And it's like, oh, I mean, if you look at it's got like 5,000 likes and a bunch of retweets and a bunch of bookmarks, and I was like, why does Randy Fine, who is a congressman, he's a Republican congressman from Florida in the 6th District, previously a state senator and a representative. He's known online in political circles for being outspoken, combative, overweight, and strongly pro-Israel, Jewish conservative. So he's the reason that Oreos have ridges, because a little, on the sides. Like these cookies, these do not have the little ridges. Is that this one? Yeah. See, like these Girl Scout cookies that say, Really? It says, I just realized it actually said something. Why does an Oreo, or why does a Girl Scout cookie say I'm gutsy? Or I'm guts, hi? That's kind of weird. But, okay, whatevs. No, I won't eat one right now. But, so anyway, I was like, why does that have... And then people were like, whoa, that is the funniest thing I've seen all day. And I'm like, okay, do I just not get it? Best comment I saw all day. Thank you for making me laugh in these dark times. Guess what the reason for coin ridges are? Well, the reason for ridges on coins, are you familiar with this? That it keeps... I swear to you, I hear a humming noise. It's driving me insane. Back in the day when coins were like silver and worth something, people would go along and they would, before ridges, they would go along and they would scrape the edges with a knife and get little slivers and shavings of the coins when they were smooth. And it was if you do that enough, if you handle enough money, you can get, over time, you can, work up a small fortune in just little shavings that you've surreptitiously gotten off of these coins. But if it has those little ridges on the side, you can tell when someone has gone along and nibbled a little bit off the coin, so to speak, with a knife. So that's why they put the ridges on coins. Makes sense. But going back to the Oreos, is it like, so he can't... So he's the reason that Oreos have the ridges on them? And I'm like, what? Did I just have a stroke and I just don't understand the joke? I even had to ask Grok, why is the phrase Randy Fine is the reason Oreos have ridges? Why is it funny or amusing? It's a joke. The ridges on Oreos, thread-like edges around each cookie, exist in real life mainly for manufacturing and structural reasons. I never thought about Oreos having, just funny I should mention that because I just happen to have an Oreo right here. Brad, why do you have cookies like randomly scattered across your desk? Shut up, it's none of your business. How's that? So anyway, this particular Oreo, which is one of the Oreo Thins, and it's a lemon, and these are the best, and don't get them because what you'll do is you'll eat them. All of them. Like, seriously. And these are the lemon ones, and they're really good. So anyway, it has these little ridges. I guess they're kind of on the edges. This, it just happens to be on the top. But on regular Oreos, they have the little ridges. And is the Tom Fine joke, the ridges are there so that he can't nibble your Oreo and stick it back in your package, which sounds kinky, but I'm sure it isn't. Grok says the punchline twists this into a crude fat joke. Randy Fine is so morbidly obese fat that the ridges are supposedly there to prevent people from biting or chewing off the edges too easily, or more viciously, to stop someone as greedy or gluttonous as him, in the stereotype, from clipping or eating the edges first. It's framed as if his mere existence necessitated the design feature to protect the cookies from someone like him devouring them unevenly or too aggressively. So I'm guessing that, that's just such a political in-joke that it's funny. But Mo Khan was the OP. Mo Khan is, 25,000 followers. I don't know who that is. But again, I thought, well, that's kind of just a weird reaction, and that's the best comment you've seen all day. Maybe I just need to get out more. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I don't get the jokes. That's certainly maybe one of my problems. Okay. I don't know what the next one is.
La 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 la.
It's a Backstreet.
Me.
Those are the Backstreet Boys, right? I think it's one of those boy bands. It's not the Go-Go's. I know that.
T-Mobile Tuesday Power Pack perk on a terrific T-Mobile Tuesday.
Switching swiftly to save smarter. Switching swiftly to save smarter. It's better over here. It's better over here.
Man, we're so back. All right, boys, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Action!
Wait, what?
I mean, it's all
That's not fair.
so obvious. Pancake blocks, hash marks.
Oh, I could eat that every morning and twice on Sunday.
The whole
Wow, that sounded vaguely dirty, didn't it?
sports a diner menu.
I know it, Double P. Hey, check this out. Barry Sanders, right? Played for Detroit for 10 years. What color was his jersey?
Blue.
Making him a?
Blueberry.
Oh.
Okay, that's kind of funny.
Oh, that one's a bit of a reach.
The bar's totally selling food.
Here's the thing about Matthew McConaughey. He has it. It's just whatever it is, he has it, and you laugh. It's like Snoop Dogg. I don't know why, but I love Snoop Dogg. He's just funny because he's cool. And Matthew McConaughey is kind of the same way. I don't always agree with him, but, you know. All right, so...
Sourdough Sam. A gold miner mascot.
Wait, is this also... So all right. Because John Hamm, I think, isn't he in a couple of... No, that was Krasinski. Brad, you're getting old.
Who just so happens to be named after... food.
Oh! Which reminds me, I made bread. I'll tell you about it.
You're part of this whole thing, aren't you? Football's one big ploy to sell food. Come on, Sam. Spill it, Hoss.
Spill it, Hoss.
Look, you can't stay silent forever. Best come clean, or you're toast. The evidence.
Okay. That's all right. He makes a good point in this commercial. Sojourner in Idaho about the football game just being to sell food. If that's what you mean, yes, I agree. Space Hippie on vacay. I thought libs and Dems screamed over fat shaming. That's what the Oreo post is. Ridiculous. Is that okay? So that's what the Oreo post is. That's what the Randy Fine. Because I did not get it. And I thought, have I reached that point in time? Sorry, I just noticed that the two lamps over there hanging in that, they make googly eyes. That looks like a. Is that supposed to be a creature over there coming through that little doorway? Because it looks like somebody, a big old monster with googly eyes. Doesn't it? And there's the teeth. Right there. There's the mouth. It's got like a double mouth. There's a nose. And the googly eyes. I have not seen this commercial, so maybe that's part of it. Maybe in a second that's going to be a monster. I don't know. But, okay, so I was right on the... Thank you, Sojourner. See, great minds and all that. It's called Body Positivity, Marine in the Woods. Thank you. Randy Fine, Body Positivity. Okay, all right.
All points in one direction.
Oh, you're so smart, Tiny Matthew. Football is selling food.
I know. Quit being so small-minded, Tiny Bradley Cooper.
I mean, it was right in front of my gullible, handsome, gullible face all this time.
Now you're getting it.
Thank you for showing me the light, Tiny Matthew. Can I have a hug?
No. Only speak when I tell you to speak.
It's so stupid. But it's kind of cute. Right? And it's that... Look, it's another Matthew McConaughey spot.
Food! 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 Food!
All right.
Food! 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 Food!
Don't you have somewhere else?
I mean, it's all so obvious. Pancake blocks, hash marks. The whole sports a diner menu.
I know it, Double P.
Football's selling food.
What's her name?
Football's totally selling food.
What's her name? What is her name? PP. She was in Lost in Space. Penelope Pendergrass. No, that's not it. What the hell is her name? Stop screaming at the speaker. I can't hear you. what is her name? Pennywell Parsnickety. Parker Posey. Thank you. I knew that. You didn't have to yell. I knew it was Parker Posey, double P. I'm not that stupid, am I? Don't answer that. Seriously, there was a War of the World. I'm still working on the War of the Worlds thing from earlier. All right, well, back to more of the commercials. I might have had a Matthew McConaughey overload. This dude. Oh, before I get to dude, the latest on Savannah Guthrie. There really isn't a Savannah Guthrie update at this point, except that. Let me double check before I say that, because I have not. Since we came on the air here, it does not look like there's anything new. The FBI has launched a Nancy Guthrie billboard campaign. I guess I could just put this over here so y'all could see it too. Because why not? We're all one big happy family. You can read over my shoulder. I don't care. I don't know what the three possibilities that he revealed are. I think between us, I mean, you never want to take away somebody's hope, obviously. And I avoided saying it, but I don't think. You know what I'm going to say. So I'm just not going to say it because you know what I'm thinking. But I hate thinking that, because that would suck. If it was my mom, I would not want to have people saying that. But the common sense dictates. And I think that probably what happened is that it was accidental, and the whole kidnapping thing was to buy time. While they figured out what to do, because I don't think that they had planned on that happening. So, and then again, it sucks, and I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, because it's just a horrible thing to have happen. But you and I both know what probably has happened at this point. And it will we all be surprised when the full truth comes out? I don't know that we'll be surprised, but we will, it'll be, I don't want to say satisfying. It'll just be, nobody ever, you can relate to this, and nobody ever wants to have this happen to them. A source close to the Guthrie family is pushing back on reports about how Nancy Guthrie was discovered missing on last Sunday, a week ago, this past Sunday, saying key details on the timeline have been reported incorrectly. Early reporting indicated that she had been scheduled to attend an in-person church service in Tucson that morning and was reported missing after she failed to show up. According to the family source, that account is not accurate. The source told Fox News that for years now, dating back to the Rona, Nancy and a small group of close friends had a standing Sunday routine that did not involve attending church in person. Instead, the group would gather at one another's homes to watch a New York-based church via live stream. The service was broadcast live from a New York church attended by Savannah. On Sunday, February 1st, Nancy was expected to be at a friend's house to watch the live stream, as she had done every week. When she failed to arrive, members of the friend group became concerned. According to the source, one of the friends contacted Annie, it's Nancy's daughter and Savannah's sister, to report that Nancy had not shown up and could not be located. So, source emphasized that Nancy was never scheduled to attend a Tucson church service that day, contrary to some reports, and that the misunderstanding has led to confusion about the circumstances surrounding when she was first reported missing. It's just horrible. And that's the part that's the worst. It makes no sense. It makes no sense for somebody outside of the circle of the family and friend circle to have done this. Because why? I mean, you don't think I'm going to kidnap somebody for money. I know Savannah Guthrie's mom. What? Because most people didn't even know who Savannah Guthrie was, or is, I should say. Anyway, I did not know Savannah Guthrie was born in Australia. Had no idea. But that's where this particular Sky News host is. And he brought up, so it's not just here in this country that we are sick and tired of all the stuff that we're sick and tired of. They are apparently sick and tired of it in Australia as well.
People of British or European or part British or part European ancestry who were born in Australia, as I was, finally say enough is enough.
Yes.
I've had enough of being told that my homeland, my birthright, does not belong to me. I've had enough of watching people whose ancestors did not cultivate this land, did not build this land, did not die for this land, telling me that I am an illegitimate resident of my own country.
All you've got to do is substitute America for Australia here, and it's the same game that these globalists are playing.
I've had enough of watching the beautiful streets and landmarks of this country, which is my country and your country and my and your birthright, daily and weekly being sullied, defamed, denigrated, despised, demonized and trashed. And as the left is so fond of saying, disrespected.
Right.
You do not have the right to accept my hospitality. You do not have the right to accept my generosity, accept my freedoms, and accept my tolerance, and then turn around and spit in my face, literally or even figuratively. You don't. You really don't.
It's amazing that this is, I mean, the same thing is happening here. It's happening in Norway. It's happening, home of the Norks. It's happening around the world. It's not just an America problem. We have to fix our America problem, but it's not just a problem here in America.
I've had enough of knowing that if I send my children or grandchildren to our schools or universities, they will be indoctrinated with poisonous, toxic, Marxist teachings designed to drive them into despair and to drive them into hatred of their wonderful culture, their heritage, their history, and their birthright. I've had enough of switching on the telly to be harangued and harassed about my background, my upbringing, and my beliefs. I've had enough of being embarrassed to say what I really think about the disappearance of the great Aussie larrikin spirit that once thrived in our suburbs, our supermarkets, at our bus stops, and in our servos.
America. Again, it stuns me that almost the same exact thing is happening there. You know, you say you're proud to be an American, and I've talked about putting the flag up in front of the motel here and being concerned when my back was to the street that someone would come along and shoot me for doing it. I mean, that's crazy. And whoever would have ever thought that we would be here at this point in time? But here we are.
A community spirit that relied on no more than a wry comment, a thumbs up, or a knowing wink.
Right.
I miss g'day, mate. I miss she'll be right. I miss rack off.
And here is where I started going, wait, what? Slow down. Because I had to look some things up. I didn't realize that g'day, mate, was that you weren't supposed to say it. It's like, wait, what? You can't say g'day, mate? And apparently the left there, I don't know what it is. The phrase itself is classic friendly Australian greeting, meaning something like, hello, friend, g'day, buddy, g'day, mate. But apparently, if you're not from Australia, the wackadoodles there, if you come in and go, g'day, mate, be like, yeah, basically cultural appropriation. Few reasons why it can come across as poorly or feel bad in certain contexts. It's become a major stereotype. G'day, mate. I love that one. G'day, mate. I mean, it's just fun. Hollywood tourists and media often portray every Australian as a khaki-wearing, kangaroo-petting bloke who constantly says, g'day, mate, with an exaggerated accent. Many Aussies find this cringeworthy or reductive. I'll bet he doesn't. He just said he didn't. Like reducing their entire culture to a cartoonish caricature similar to how Italians might cringe at someone yelling, Mamma mia! But that's bad. You can't yell at your Italian friends, Mamma mia! That's that's a spicy meatball. Remember that one? That was Alka-Seltzer, right? That's a spicy meatball. Can't say that, I guess. Most modern Aussies don't say it much anymore. I don't believe that, mate. Do you? I don't. It's seen as old-fashioned, rural, or a bit bogan. Of course, I had to look up bogan. That's working class or uncultured. Bogan. I had no idea. It's like bougie. It's the opposite of bougie, right? Bogan is the opposite of bougie. Everyday greetings are more like, hey, hi. How boring it. I'm not going to Australia. I don't think I'll ever likely get to go to Australia, but that's a different story. But I'm not going to go to Australia and say, hey, hi, how are you? I mean, I want to go there. G'day, mate. Even when, g'day, lassie. Oh, it does feel like you're talking to a dog when you say that. Pronunciation, delivery matter. If it's said with a fake strangled accent, especially the American J day, I don't know what that means. G'day, mate. You know, you can't say it in a cartoonish way, apparently. Then, what was the other one? He said, she'll be right. She'll be right, mate. I was like, wait, what the hell does that mean? That is apparently another one of those iconic pieces of Australian slang, which means when you say, it's kind of like us saying, everything's going to be okay. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. She'll be right. She'll be right, mate. There's a new one for you. What was the other one?
Spirit that relied on no more than a wry comment, a thumbs up, or a knowing wink. I miss g'day, mate. I miss she'll be right. I miss rack off.
Rack off. You're going to love this one. Rack off is a great one. I'm telling you, you'll find yourself using it when I tell you what it means. And I'll tell you what it means after this on the Daily Mojo.
The Daily Mojo, making mornings bright. With Brad and Ron, they keep it funky tight. Yeah. News, laughs, and the moves that feel so right. It's the Daily Mojo, keeping the world in sight.
We'd like to say hi to any government agency monitoring this broadcast. You know where to find us. TheDailyMojo.com.
Deuce 5. It's a pleasure to see you. Thank you. Yes, that's a Deuce 5 greeting. Oh, the pleasure is all mine. Let's go to Macca's and get a breakfast sandwich, mate. And you don't say sandwich. Get a breakfast sandwich, mate. That was a good movie. Which one was? Is it what the hell is the name of the movie? Crocodile Dundee. Boy, have you seen him lately? Oh, he got old. Just have you looked in a mirror lately, Brad? Shut up. I didn't ask you. Rack off. Rack off is a fabulous one. Rack off is a classic bit of Australian slang that's basically a cheeky, somewhat rude way of telling somebody to go away, get lost, or piss off. It's a milder version of F off. So now, I'll rack off. Done. It's dismissive and confrontational, often used when you're annoyed, arguing, or just want somebody to leave you alone. You're welcome. Rack off can now be a part of your daily vernacular. Thanks to the Daily Mojo. That's what we do. We make words more fun, don't we? We're safety now, haven't we? Yeah. All right, back to where were we? Did we leave off Matthew McConaughey? Uh-oh. Is that a dinosaur?
So cool. Did you just make that up?
No, Sam, that's the score from our movie.
What movie?
Okay, so this is like a series of them, I guess, right? Good, Brad, you're catching on. Good for you.
What'd I touch?
You didn't touch anything. We're stopped.
Fences are failing all over the park. John. I can't get Jurassic Park back online without...
Whoa, this place is awesome.
Wait a second.
By the way, you should have plugged this in.
Wait, he's dead. Okay, that's kind of funny. Except you can't hear her, right? Because Wait a minute. Shouldn't we be hearing them? Why are we not hearing them? Yeah, that's weird. Should we? Okay, that was really weird. Why'd they replace that? I wonder if that was like a copyright thing. I bet that's what that was. Because you know what? This account is mining asteroids. And that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it does. That's a copyright strike. That's what they did. Because they would have gotten busted for... That's what that was. Because the big studios, if you clip out more of the movies in 2 seconds, they will bust you. They will hit you with a copyright strike. It's not pretty. All right, let me make a hole here because we're going to be joined by Dan Andros in just a second. As soon as hold on a second, I got to make sure this will work. I just realized something. But we're going to, you know what? By golly, by gosh, we are going to make this work because what do we do here on the Daily Mojo? We make things work. That's what we do. And you'll see it in a second, right here, I promise.
The Daily Mojo, making mornings bright with Brad and Ron. They keep it funky tight. News, laughs, and the moves that feel so right. It's the Daily Mojo, keeping the world in sight.
The Daily Mojo.
That's right. That's what we do here. We make things happen. We make things happen, and we're going to make things happen right now because all I have to do when I do that to make things happen.
What can you say about a man who spends his day toiling over a newsroom full of real truth-seeking journalists at CBN News?
Right.
And what more shall I add about his hosting acumen at the Quick Start podcast? What shall I say that hasn't been said 1,000 times throughout the history of man's search for knowledge? I know, for I shall say. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the program, Dan Andros.
Hold on a second, I have to, there's Dan. Can I hear you? Let's see.
I mean,
I
wow,
can.
that's a lot of Dan on your screen.
It is a lot of Dan on my, well, see, I would have both of us on the screen.
Yeah.
But I don't, I can't. So it's going to be like you and me. That's how it'll.
Wow.
I know when Ron doesn't show up for work because he had one too many cocktails down at the Splooting Squirrel last night, and so he's like, I don't know, he's laid out on a bunk somewhere here at the motel. We're not even really sure, but so it's just me. I came to work despite it's a Super Bowl hangover. I'm sure. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
I did. It was boring. Very boring game. Unless you're a Seahawks fan, I'm sure you enjoyed it. But everyone else, that game was over and boring. And 3 and outs are not fun to watch.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, hang on a second while I see if I can put me and you on.
By the way, I want to, while you're figuring that out, I will explain to the audience, since a lot of my day is toiling over dumb YouTube stuff. I don't know if they got a copyright strike, but when people are aggressive, because the way YouTube works is it will literally alert you to every instance of somebody using some of your content, and it will find like 2 seconds of of content that it took that it matches. And so you get a whole list. It's like this, especially like for CBN, there's just people reclipping our stuff all the time. So there's just thousands of these things, and you got to go through them all, and you can choose to release it or, like let them do it, or you can claim it. And there's a couple ways you can claim it. You can claim it and just say, well, we're going to monetize that. So like if it was a popular clip and they were making money on that, YouTube would send the money to you. So you could do it that way, or you could just have it removed. And so they will remove that clip. And so the reason they probably did that is because the NFL and particularly on the Super Bowl, they are one of those organizations that is hyper vigilant on removing any instance of it and, doing threatening copyright stuff, blah, blah, blah. So it would just get removed from their page.
Well,
if they did that.
The weird thing, I mean, it's a commercial for Comcast. And so I couldn't figure out why that they would have muted all of the dialogue between these actors. I mean, and obviously it started there, and they just that's what that music is. It's just covering up all of this dialogue, which again is just kind of weird to me because it just didn't make a whole lot of sense that they would do that.
It's like. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now. Sorry, I didn't have that thing switched to make so you could talk.
No, I'm saying it kind of ruined the clip. So
yeah, exactly.
Why are you posting it if you're trying so hard to avoid a copyright that you're slapping music over the whole thing?
Yeah.
Because what you should do, the way you can get away with it is you have to. I mean, listen, it's fair use, and there's always going to be. Anytime you grab somebody else's clip, it's going to be a gray area, but you have to add original value to it. So, for example, you guys playing a clip and reacting to it has more of a fair use case than just slapping it up there. And so whoever the slob was that put that, probably some fat guy in the basement just reposting stuff.
Well, whoever mining asteroids.
Put something on here.
He's got this particular clip has 1,025,000 views, and
they probably didn't monetize none of it because it's not theirs.
Yeah, maybe. But the weird thing is, it's a commercial for Xfinity, so you'd think when you have something like a commercial that you'd be like
Xfinity would be happy, yes, Well, and maybe if the copyright went to Xfinity instead of the NFL, I'm not sure how that would work on those Super Bowl ads. But if it went to Xfinity, they might just, all right, you want to play our ad? Fine. We don't care. We'll monetize. Like they could release it, but monetize it. So they could also monetize it. So, let's say he played the Xfinity ad in full, right? And it got a billion views. Well, Xfinity could leave it up there, but then they could just monetize it, and any revenue it made would still go to Xfinity.
Right. Well, and then you've got Universal.
They should. So if you're okay with the exposure, and you don't mind random Joes posting your stuff, but the NFL is not like that. Like try to post an NFL clip. That thing, the game, that thing will get yanked off of YouTube.
Yep.
They
do not play.
The squirrel.
Ironically, they don't. What is it? The NFL stands for No Fun League, and
it's so bad. In the halftime show, I didn't watch, but it looked bad.
All right. It was, first of all, he's saying everything in Spanish. So, and I saw more than one person posting subtitles would be nice, because overall, the people who reviewed it were like, it was, and that's what I thought. I mean, I had it on, and I thought, it's not horrid. It's not great. It's just meh. It had a good beat. It reminded me of Mexican restaurant music. That's what it reminded me of.
Okay, so the guy, I don't know anything about the lyrics he sang. Well, I mean, there were girls on a boat twerking and sexual positions and all that stuff.
He did a lot of crotch grabbing. He did a lot of Michael Jackson
I don't
crotch
need it.
grabbing.
Don't need it. But why? I watched, I happened to run into on the internets just before the Super Bowl, the U2 halftime show. This was the Super Bowl right after 9/11. So 9/11 happens in September of 2001. And then it was the Super Bowl in, whatever, February 2002. So a couple months later, right?
Right.
And here's a liberal rock band, right? A bunch of libs. And they're out there, and it is so America. Like, it is, he's got the flag in his jacket, and he points at it, and it's just like, we love America. And now here we are.
25.
The guy isn't even for Puerto Rican statehood. Like, he wants Puerto Rican, and he doesn't want Puerto Rico to be part of America. Like, apparently that's his stance. So it's like, you can't even make the argument like, well, he's just America and Puerto Rico's America. Like, no, he's not even saying that. So, like, can we just celebrate America? Can we please? I mean, it's all snowballing because you have these Olympians idiotically out there going, oh, I'm conflicted about representing America. Are you?
Yeah.
Are you conflicted? Because I don't hear anyone from China saying they're conflicted, probably because they'll get taken out back and flogged if they say that.
Or just
same thing with
disappeared.
they'll just get memory hold, or Russia or any of these other countries. Like, spare me with the you're not proud of America. Knock it off. Like, this is the damage that Obama did. I'm
Big
telling
time.
you, he came in there and
Big time.
the apology tour and all that crap, and all we talk about is like, two things can be true at the same time here. America can have issues it's dealing with and still be awesome. Okay? That's why people come here. No one's freaking flooding the borders of Botswana. They're coming here. And there's a reason they're coming here. And so shut up with your complaints about how bad the country. Like, you can complain about an issue, but just zip it with your complaints about the nation as a whole. This is the place where it's the best. Deal with it.
Or go home. And the thing that was, I read some review of his performance, and the reviewer was like, man, it was, and they said, but he did, at the end, he did say, God bless America. However, he did say, God bless America, but then and I don't know if it was diluted or maybe I was watching and it was hypersensitive to it or whatever, but he had the American flag and then the flags of, I can't tell you how many other countries. It was like, and then God bless Argentina and God bless Uruguay and all of these other. And I thought, is that a way of just diluting the God bless America thing? Is that what what his intention was, you think?
Yep. Because they've made it so that it's controversial to say anything positive about America. That's why when Trump first got back in here, it was kind of almost shocking, like the whole America's back and this full-throated celebration of America, because it was jarring because people stopped doing it. All they did was complain about America. And it's just this victim mentality. It's so frustrating. People get crippled by it. And at what point do people stop believing it? That, everything is bad, that you have no chance to make it, and here's the bad guys. Like, who wants to live like that? Like, why would you let someone rob all of your joy, all of your, happiness in life, because you believe what some clown says about this mysterious oppressor keeping you down? And you're always going to want more.
That's the amazing part to me, is that the apologists out there, and it's those, for whatever reason, it was like the woman standing there behind the Somali dude who gave the press conference talking about how this place was broken into and all their paperwork was stolen, and those women standing behind him just shaking their heads, and it's that particular societal demographic, for whatever reason, why it seems to be these middle-aged white women who
women. I mean,
I don't get that. I don't understand where things went sideways with them.
There's a great, hold on, I should show it to you. There's a great video. I'll post it on X there for you after this, because a friend sent it to me, and it was this guy like going through and breaking down why these white women are the way they are. And I thought it was, for the most part, fairly accurate from what I remember. But did you see the video of the white women at the yoga studio yelling at the two workers there?
No.
So it was on X, but basically what happens is there's some, hipster yoga studio in a city. I forget where it was. Might have even been Minneapolis, but they apparently at one point somebody put an anti-ice sign in the window and the store had taken it down. I guess they just didn't want the shenanigans. So all of these white women are they surround these two probably early 20s, look like college age kids, just working the counter. And they surround them. There's like 20 of them. And they are just like in tears, just like, we need to help. And you are silent. Silent is complicit. And it's all, this anti-ice thing. And these women are just like berating these two staffers who probably had nothing to do with this sign and yelling at them. And I'm just thinking, like,
I think I may have it here. Hold on a second, and hold on before you say anything, because I can't. I've got to push your button too to make you be able to.
Let's go. Give us answers. Let's go. Say them out loud and for the camera for all my viewers.
So I think I can hear you too.
Why are you being silent?
All right.
Let's hear it, Delaney, loud and proud, baby. You want to say it? Let's say it.
Look at these jerks.
So I think I'm just taking a pause.
No, don't take a pause. Come on, you came here to silence teachers to make sure everything was good. I've never seen your face in 10 years of practicing and paying my money.
Is this the one you were talking about?
Don't take a pause. Be loud with corporate answers. Let's go. What do you got to say?
Okay, I was just sharing.
Louder, Delaney, for us in the back. Let's go. What is it? Why? Why are you having one of our best teachers quit? Because you can't stand behind her. Answer
All
that.
right, so I'm confused. Why are they yelling at the people behind?
So I don't know who these two people are. To me, they just look like people that work there. I don't know if they own the studio or whatever, but it seems like one of their yoga studio teachers quit because they wouldn't, there was something about an ice sign that was put up. Maybe this teacher put it up. I don't know, but then they took it down. And so now they're yelling at them because they don't. But like, can you imagine? All right, I don't care what views you have. And it's not even about what your views are. Can you imagine doing this to anyone in this way?
No.
And then the other one, once it pans out, you'll see there's like 20 of them standing there. All right, let's see. But like, I just cannot. Like, what a jerk!
Yes.
Berated. You're being asked hard questions that you should have been answered. This is not berating. Okay. Trust me. Berating is what our neighbors are living through.
The comments are, it's not enough to have your own political opinions. Now you have to force others to have them too.
Yeah.
This needs to be addressed by South Park, somebody said. Yes. Yes.
Well, this goes to your point about the white women, though, because as it goes on, you see the other ones there. It's like, and I'll send you this thing, because their lives are just so empty of me and void of any substantial meaning at all, that they feel this is something that will give them purpose and give them meaning. And it's so pathetic. They don't realize they're the bad guys. They don't realize they're the bad guys. They are horrible human beings for doing this. And it doesn't even matter what your view is. Like, I don't care if I agreed with you 100% on your view. You are being a villain here. You are the losers.
Yeah. Well, and that's it. That's why that's the scary part about and I would put us back up on the screen, but for some reason that button's not working, so bear with me. The whole thing with Alex Preddy and the fact that he really did believe that he was out there, like we've talked about, fighting Nazis. That's why he was doing what he was doing, because he believed he was fighting Nazis. And how do you get to somebody and try to explain to them, dude, these are not Nazis. ICE is not Nazis. They're not. That's not who these people are. How do you get into somebody's brain and make them realize that when they're ignorant of what's really going on, and in a lot of cases they're willfully ignorant. And that's probably the case with these women. The same thing. They feel good. They feel like they're doing something good for society by going out there and yelling like that.
And I think this is what Democrats do. They invent causes, right? And so this is like their formula, their recipe. So they try to figure out a way to like tap into people who have no meaning in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why Christians and believers generally don't fall for this kind of stuff, because we're not looking for our deeper meaning in one of these side issues. Like, we're just not, right? Like, we might care about certain issues, but
Right.
that's not the thing that's going to make us get off the couch and be like, yeah, you know what? I am being oppressed. They're right. Like,
right.
People that are just sitting around thinking about their gender all day long, they have no real meaning. And so then they come along, these Democrats come along and say, here, I'm going to give you a sign. You're going to be part of something bigger than you. And that's what they're tapping into. Like, the issue almost doesn't matter. You know, if all their friends are doing it and they can convince them that this is something that is so, like the climate stuff and all that, like, there's no deeper meaning behind it other than they have no real purpose in their life, and the Democrats are trying to give that to them, and they do that with the oppressor stuff, right? Like, there's this mysterious systemic pressure going on everything that you can't actually prove in any way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
You just say that, well, oh, you can't buy a house today? Well, that's because of the system. Well,
Right.
now you get to fight the system, right? So make
It's
stuff
frustrating.
up, and there you go.
How do you get to these people to explain to them, well, if that's even possible? But
the gospel. It's the gospel.
Well, right. Yeah,
It's
I guess
the only thing that can like
that does make
stop
sense.
the scales.
But going back to what you originally said about right after 9/11, that's why I keep saying the only hope I think we have is either we get the attack by Mars, or Yellowstone erupts and send us back to the Stone Age, and we have no other alternative but to stick together to fight the outside force, because that's what 9/11 was. Is some outside force came in and attacked all of us.
Yeah, maybe. You know, maybe we can circle it back to aliens, Brad. I mean, maybe we could get a big like Alien Day invasion or something. But I will say, like, I don't even know if that would unify us at this point. I could imagine half of America saying, you know what? We made the colonization mistake here on Earth. Right. We can't go colonizing these other planets. Let's talk about equity with these space aliens, and then we all get obliterated.
Right.
But
Right. That's that, and sadly, you're right. That's as crazy as it all sounds. I don't. Other than get more people, and what I don't even know what the latest statistics are. Are more people going to church, or is that on the decline?
Well, there was definitely a surge. There was definitely a surge after the Charlie Kirk assassination.
Mhm.
I think you saw a lot of people suddenly realizing we need deeper solutions than these dumb political ones that are going on right now. And again, I'm not saying that political issues aren't worth debating and talking about. They are. But it's where your worldview ends. Like, where does it rest? Where is the basis for it? Where is the foundation? When your foundation lands at the political parties, that's where desperation kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
And when your hope is in something bigger, is within someone who's sovereign over all of these shenanigans, and there's a greater hope in the long run, then that's where you're going. And that's why, I don't know if you saw the Bill Maher clip. He was talking to Adam Carolla, and he was saying how Jimmy Kimmel's probably never going to talk to him again because they disagreed in emails or something. But Bill Maher pointed out that the people on the right, where more of the believers are the ones that can talk to you and completely disagree, but still love you just the same and still be friends just the same. Whereas he said, my friends on the left, if I'm not in lockstep with them on everything, they're out.
Yeah, and he's
There's
right.
a reason for that.
He's right. All right, the what's coming up on the there's your prompter on the Quick Start podcast.
Yeah, this Israel meeting with Trump got rushed up, so we talk about that and some of the persecution that China's got going on right now. Also talking about the ridiculous cold snap we're dealing with right now and how absurd that is. Like 20 people have died in New York. Because tough time to be homeless right now in New York when it's like negative 20 degrees. So
I'm once again ready for the heat. Once again,
Yes.
ready for it to be hot.
Where's global warming when you need it, Brad?
All right, my friend. I'm glad this worked out. Good to talk to you, and we will do it again next week. Dan Andros, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
What do you mean it's let's go?
Let's see how well this works today. That, my friends, is the end of 2 hours of audio deliciousness. We like to call it the Daily Mojo. And it's for, what is today? Tuesday. It is the 10th day of February, the year of our Lord 2026. And let's find out if anybody learned a thing during the course of the program. Let's see, over here in the Rumble chat room. Michaela's mom, I can admit that I can be an asshole. I would have just shown how much if it was that if I was in that studio, I would have hurt some feelings. The amazing thing about those women in that coming into that yoga studio and doing that is you feel you have the right to do that is the amazing thing to me. It's like what makes you think you have the right to be rude in somebody else's place of business? E1 Guru, peace, love, and blessings. Phone test 79. Thanks, Brad. Tell Ron we miss him. I'm not going to tell him that. Are you crazy? Give him a big head. Over on the X, Tech Roo, if they haven't told you their pronouns, it's okay to punch them. I think I kind of like that. I like that way of thinking. Let's see, over in the Daily Mojo First Amendment room, Pope 3B38, when I learned that Ron needs to drink less on his grinder dates. Try to be less gay, Ron. I know. It's some people, they just don't learn, and I think that's the problem. Let's see if this doggone. Remember that we the people must hang together, otherwise we shall surely hang separately. 6 separate Tyrannus, resist stupid. Good night, Doc Thompson, wherever you are. And we'll see you again back here tomorrow morning. Right?
Watch and listen at thedailymojo.com.